What is up, y'all? It is Chase
Deshaun Hollywood.
and welcome to Cut to the Chase.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to finally sit here after all this time that we have been pushing back to do a show.
It's been a while. Like it's been a while. This has definitely been in the works. We've been talking about it for years and years and years, and I'm just so happy that we finally decided to be. You know what? Regardless of the kinks or anything that we got to work out, we're just going to put ourselves out there. We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
I'm excited about that.
I'm all about risk taking, so here we are.
So, best friend, what's going on with all the red, white, and blue? You got the pom poms over there. We got the balloons. The set is a little bit different than usual. So, what's going on today?
So, of course, the election is coming up.
It is.
And to me, I feel like this is a very, very, very important election. First off, we have Kamala Harris.
And do.
That is in a running of becoming the first female president, Black president, Asian president.
Clock it.
So that is very, very important. So history is in the making. And secondly, Donald Trump is back running again. Hey, you know what? I'm not being biased.
No, not being biased at all. Listen, I mean, he won once before. Okay, so clearly, as you can see, like people, they felt like he was somebody that needed to be in office, and they put him there. So listen, it could definitely happen again. I'm so excited about this because I don't know if you remember, but if we could go back to when the Obamas were running.
Oh, yes.
I remember how exciting that felt and what it felt like to be like, oh my God, a Black man is about to be in the Oval Office for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I get that feeling again, but like with a Black woman.
Yeah.
So at first it was like, oh my God, like my dad, my uncle. Now I'm like, okay, my auntie, my mom, like she could be in the office. So that's what I'm super excited about right now.
Definitely.
My thing is, all right, so we're not just rambling. I do want to talk about some of the topics from both parties' point of views.
Absolutely.
So do you have any that you want to talk about right away?
Let's get right into it. I want to talk about abortions. All right.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So we got like a little spread out sheet.
Yes.
With
some little
facts.
references.
Some references with facts coming from their mouths. Okay. So it's nothing that we made up. This is definitely 100% research and from them, the credit itself.
I want you to just read a few bullet points from the Harris party, and
Okay.
I will read a few from the Trump party.
Alrighty. So Harris said women do not want abortion bans, speaking about women who are miscarrying and denied care because doctors are afraid to go to jail, and young teens who are incest victims being forced to give birth. I actually want to talk about that. I feel like that at the end of the day, nobody should control a woman's body or anybody's body. Exactly.
So I definitely feel like that should be the woman's choice.
Yes.
So let's talk about something that the former president had to say. So the former president wouldn't initially say during a town hall whether he supports a federal abortion ban or not, but he was very, very vocal on saying that the Democrats support abortions in the third trimester and after birth, which we all know no state in the country allows termination after birth. Again, we're not making these things up. These are things that both parties actually said.
Yes.
So I just want to say, like, if you think I sound ridiculous, this is not coming from me. This is coming from what our former president said. Yes, so that's the abortion segment.
And you can Google the facts.
Absolutely.
And just to let you know, she is committed to signing the bill to protect the rights to abortion across the U.S. So just want to put that out there. So what about you? What topics do you want to talk about?
Honestly, the topics that I want to talk about, because I feel like this is something that will affect any and everyone regardless, but especially people of color, is Project 2025. Like, I'm sorry, but are we on the episode of Scandal? Because what is going on? Like, no, I'm scared. Like, I do not understand. Like, this just seems like we're going so far backwards
Mm-hmm,
that I'm
mm-hmm.
like, is this real life? Are we truly an episode of The Simpsons or what?
In the words of Kamala, we're not going back.
Okay,
Okay.
please don't
We
let
are
us go
not
back.
going back. So yes, tell me, can you give me like some bullet points from like Trump himself explaining
Okay,
what like
absolutely. So, at the September debate, Trump pushed back claims he's tied to plan, saying, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. I haven't read it. I don't want it. I don't want to read it purposely. I feel like that is so dangerous for someone that is trying to be back in the Oval Office.
mhm,
If you look at just a stanza of what Project 2025 is talking about,
mhm,
you definitely are going to be alarmed. So, for someone that is just purposely choosing to be like, oh no, I haven't read it, I don't plan on reading it, it's not important,
mhm.
that means he feels like that it's not important to him because it won't affect him. But it
Exactly.
definitely will affect so many other people. So,
Mhm.
red flag number one. Another thing he said, I had no idea who is behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. He wrote, anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. So it's
So
like,
basically, you're encouraging it.
it,
Like you ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't even want to be bothered with it. Let them do what they do, but it can
it's a
happen.
subtle way of supporting the cause
Yes, it
without
is.
actually saying I'm
I
supporting
supporting
the
it
cause. To
exactly.
me, that's his way of trying to get people to vote for him. Like, oh no, I didn't directly say that I was for it, but I didn't directly say that I was against
Against it
it. So he's
exactly.
looking for those people that just fall in the middle or that can't truly make a decision of their own.
Oh Jesus.
It's crazy, and to even think like that is where we are in today's society in the political race. Like, it's too many mind games going
Ooh.
on.
So I'm gonna read a point from Mrs. Harris, um, which is the vice. She's actually still the vice president.
Yeah, Vice
Yes. So let's get
President
into it. Yes, vice
Kamala
president,
Harris.
the current vice president. One of Harris' main points of attack on the Republican ticket is Project 2025, which she warns will go into effect should Trump get reelected. Harris has seized on the plan, linking it directly to Trump, even though he's denying everything. Harris has pushed back against Trump's denials, saying that he will implement the conservative plan hatched by people who used to work for Donald Trump that focused on the
Mm.
first 180 days on her campaign website.
Like, she's not playing.
No.
Like, but and I respect her because a lot of people are saying that they feel like she doesn't answer the questions. I feel
Mhm.
like she does answer the questions. She just doesn't answer the questions in the way that they want her to, which is why they're trying to dim her as like, oh, she avoids the question, she
Mhm.
avoids, but like, I don't think so.
But talking about avoiding the question, like if y'all are actually watching the debates, like the main person who never answers a question and go all over is Trump.
Deflects,
Like, come on, like he deflects.
randomly talks about random
Oh my
topics
god,
that we're like, what? Like, he throws people off. Like, I will say
yes,
he's a genius in that aspect. Like, that's why he's made for
he's
TV.
literally a comedian. Honestly, like
He
that's how I look at it.
he is a
Like,
caricature for sure. Like,
you guys, you vote for me.
that impression actually was really good.
I have nothing to do. If she wants to be black, she can be black. I don't care. I just be like, it's
Insane.
just insane. He's
But loves
terrible.
to talk about how she's not black.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Anyways, so I kind of want to talk about Social Security, which
Oh,
is
yes.
very important to us, like in our future, our retirement, even our
The
grandmothers. And
youth.
at this point right now, like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, I remember hearing like, and this is not factual, by the way, this is rumors, but I was hearing that they were trying to like phase out Social Security and that like you wouldn't get like retirement benefits.
I heard that rumor too, and I just feel like that is very driven by the right side, just
Mhm.
because it is almost that sense of like, this wouldn't affect us or this wouldn't bother us, which is
Mhm.
why we're pushing it. But to that like middle to lower class family that is working day to day, like trying to make ends meet, like that wouldn't be beneficial to them to not get Social Security. Some people have worked so hard so that their family can, like, live comfortably or set up their parents in a nice retirement home or situation
Mm-hmm.
after they've worked all their life.
Mm.
Like, I think that could be very dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I will say that he like kind of backtrack on a couple of his statements that he said he made about Social Security and cutting the tax and cutting like from Medicare. Um, but far as her, from when I reading, they're saying like she even on her side, like being currently in office, that they were trying to strengthen and protect the Social Security, but offer fewer specifics on reforms on the program. So yeah, I guess that is just more like something that we just have to cross our fingers and pray and hope for, because like
Yes.
it doesn't sound too promising from both ends when it comes to Social Security, to be
But
honest.
the main thing, what we can do to really change the narrative and have things go in our direction,
What?
get out there and vote.
Absolutely.
Get out there and vote. We need to
Please
get to those
vote.
polls. We need to, even if you got to send in an absentee ballot, if you need to go in early, if you need to make sure that you have things set up and aligned with your job to take the time to actually get out there and vote. Please, we need you to get out there and do it. Your voice does matter.
It does
I've
matter.
been hearing way too many people say, "Oh, I'm not voting because they're both evil." Well, okay, well, guess what? Well, we need you to get out there and vote for the lesser evils. Okay,
And my thing
like,
I'm sorry, not to cut
no,
you off.
go ahead.
No vote is still a vote. So whoever wins, that's who you voted for, because you didn't vote. So if you're upset that one or the other get in office and you didn't vote, that was your vote.
Be the change that you want to see, people, please. I know it sounds so cliche, but honestly, like, this is so detrimental to your life, to your children's life, to your families, your friends. Like, we need you to get out there and vote. Like, it is imperative that we get out there and vote. Our voices do matter. That's why we are using our platform to really push that, young people, mature people, in between, like, everyone's voice matter, and we definitely want you to get out there and vote. So, cut to the chase and vote, please.
Cut to the chase and vote. And that's it for Cut to the Chase. That is our segment, and see you next time. Until then,
bye, guys.
Peace and love.